Have you ever paused to think about the immense risk that your bank account and retirement savings are exposed to in the present financial climate? We're in the midst of an alarming financial shift. This is uncharted financial waters we're in. Stockbrokers and financial advisors are navigating these waters blindfolded. It's the great convergence of global de-dollarization, an unsustainable national debt, a stock market bubble, and an impending banking crisis. The United States' bold move to freeze $300 billion of Russia's assets has sent shockwaves through the global financial world. Now, nations everywhere are questioning their reliance on the US dollar, scrambling to find ways to protect their assets from a similar fate. The world is quickly moving away from the dollar. Countries are starting to trade with each other using their own currencies. The 10 ASEAN countries that are looking to stop using the US dollar for trade are Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. According to the latest figures from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, commonly called the World Bank, the combined GDP of ASEAN nations currently stands at around $4 trillion. The move will strengthen their native economies, giving local currencies a boost in the global foreign exchange markets. Several developing countries fear the rising US debt of $34.7 trillion can affect their native economies and businesses. Therefore, the only solution to American debt is to make ASEAN countries use local currencies and sideline the US dollar. The US pressing sanctions on other developing countries is also among the reasons why ASEAN wants to ditch the dollar. A stronger local currency will have no adverse effects from US sanctions making their economies safer. In conclusion, the next decade will be different for the US dollar as many nations are looking to uproot it. The BRICS Plus nations are pushing to create a new global currency, and OPEC countries are breaking tradition by trading oil outside the dollar. Adding to the alarm, nations are not just ditching the dollar, they're also stockpiling physical gold to safeguard their wealth. Central banks around the world are buying gold at the fastest pace in 55 years, signaling their fear of an impending crisis. This massive shift threatens to upend the entire financial system, creating an atmosphere of impending disaster. The national debt has surged to an astonishing $34.7 trillion, increasing by $1 trillion every 100 days. We need to reissue $8.9 trillion of our debt at a higher rate this year. There is also a banking crisis that looms ominously ahead, threatening the security of your bank and retirement accounts that are tied up in paper assets. Banks are struggling to stay afloat amidst a sea of significant debts, including $929 billion in commercial real estate loans due this year, coupled with an additional $800 billion of insolvent bonds. There is also the more than 900 banks applied for the Bank Term Funding Program last year, and now they are facing the challenging task of paying back those loans. If one of these banks fails and cannot repay their loan, it could trigger a domino effect of repayment difficulties for other banks, leading to catastrophic consequences and possible bank bail-ins. Let's not forget billions of dollars in zombie corporation debt, along with credit card and auto loan delinquencies. There is also the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell warning commercial real estate woes will lead to bank failures. He stated, "This is a problem that we'll be working on for years." The Federal Reserve is paralyzed, trapped in a nightmare. If it raises rates, the $34.7 trillion national debt could spiral out of control, dragging already fragile bank balance sheets, exemplified by First Republic's collapse and thousands of other small and mid-sized banks teetering on the brink, into ruin. Conversely, cutting rates would pour jet fuel on our rampant inflation, further crushing working families and dominating voter concerns. Double-digit inflation could become a reality, triggering social unrest and economic collapse. This indecision is terrifying, signaling that continuing on this path guarantees a catastrophic financial disaster. Then there is the stability of the stock market that is under a cloud of doubt, with the Magnificent Seven, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Nvidia, Meta, and Tesla, having a substantial hold over the market. Picture this, as the ominous clouds of the 1929 market crash gathered, corporate insiders quietly unloaded their shares, leaving unsuspecting investors to endure gut-wrenching losses when the bubble burst. Fast forward to the early 2000s dot-com bubble, where reckless speculation reached a fever pitch before crashing down in flames, incinerating trillions in wealth. And who can forget the 2008 financial crisis, a perfect storm of greed, recklessness, and deception that triggered the worst economic downturn since the Great Depression. Now here we stand again, teetering on the brink of another catastrophe. Corporate buybacks may be rising, but corporate insiders armed with intimate knowledge are abandoning ship, offloading shares at the fastest pace in a decade. So why the surge in insider stock sales now? Your broker remains silent on this pressing issue. Recent actions speak volumes. The great cash out, billionaires like Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Leon Black, Jamie Dimon, and the Walton family have sold a combined $11 billion in company stock, some for the first time ever. Corporate insiders possess unique insights into the future, and their mass exodus from the market speaks volumes. They see the storm on the horizon, and they're not waiting to weather it. The risk is shifting from the affluent few to unsuspecting investors. Be warned and be prepared. The storm is coming. In the midst of this fiscal chaos, a physical gold and silver IRA with Gold Wealth Management can be your shield. Isn't it high time you adopted a more secure strategy for your retirement? In today's unpredictable world, your investments need rock-solid protection. Since 2010, Gold Wealth Management has been your steadfast guide to financial security, harnessing the timeless power of gold and silver. These metals do more than just glitter, they forge a fortress for a worry-free retirement. Our expert team helps you sail smoothly through financial storms. Gold and silver aren't just shiny objects, they are historical pillars of stability, free from counterparty risk and external liabilities. They are the ultimate safe haven for your wealth. Opting for a precious metals IRA with Gold Wealth Management is a savvy move to secure your future. Our skilled professionals ensure a seamless process for setting up and managing your IRA. Diversifying with gold and silver shields your portfolio from economic downturns and inflation. But there's more. When banks hit rough waters, having physical gold and silver lets you become your own banker. Remember, if you can't hold it, you don't own it. Tangible assets like gold and silver offer an unparalleled safe haven. At Gold Wealth Management, we're committed to providing exceptional advice and service. Don't gamble with your bank accounts and retirement savings. Fortify your wealth and gain lasting peace of mind with our expert guidance. Reach out to Gold Wealth Management today and let's lock down your financial future together. Your peace of mind is just a call away. Reach out to Gold Wealth Management today. No obligation, just education at 866-453-7587. Discover our unparalleled commitment and proven strategies can bolster your financial security. Opt for privacy, opt for preservation, opt for protection, opt for Gold Wealth Management.